Finding someone who understands the life you live must be nice.
Welcome back to the channel, Sugar Babies. If you're new here and you are not yet a Sugar Baby, please subscribe. Join the family today. Today, you guys, I'm coming at you with something a little bit different. I've been thinking I need to spice things up. Been doing a lot of, kind of the same stuff. So I'm gonna throw some new stuff at you guys and see what takes. So it's been a while since I've hit you guys with a story time, and I think my last one was I think about me getting robbed. If you haven't seen that one, go check that one out after this video. It's the most insane story. So anyway, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my first kiss. And I think I'm just gonna compile kind of a few first kiss experiences into this one instead of breaking it up into like separate videos, just because I think the other stories are just too short to have their own video. So I think I'm gonna tell you guys my absolute first kiss, and then I would say because I had a younger kiss, and then I had one when I was like, okay, this one counts. And then I think I'll throw in the worst kiss ever. So my first kiss, I would think I was probably like when I was younger, whatever. I was like maybe 5-6 years old. Don't come for me. I think that's the first time I ever put my lips on another boy, or on a boy, not a boy. Anyway, that was the first time. For some reason, my mom happened to be there, took a picture of it, so it's in my baby book, which is just weird. Anyway, so that was like the first ever time I put my lips on a boy. So then I think I was about 8 or 9 when I started to like a friend of the family's son, and I don't know, we used to run off all the time, be ducked off in closets and under beds and stuff, and just be kissing on each other. I don't know, like it was a thing to do. We just really liked each other. And then I would say like the one that I count, I was 13 or 14, and my cousin lived with me, and I love her to death, but she got me in so much trouble. But it was most of the times that we got in trouble, it was the most fun I've ever had in my life, so I don't even regret it. But anyway, this particular time, I had been going over to her mom's house. Her mom lived maybe 5 minutes away from us at the time in these apartment complexes, and I was sitting out by the pool one day, because the pool's like in the center of the apartment complex, and I saw this really tall chocolate man, and he was like doing like backflips, like gymnasts do, like just one after another after another after another, and I was just so in awe of him. So I had seen him a couple times, and then my cousin was like, oh, you like the tall one? I like the shorter one. They're cousins, and the shorter one's already trying to get at me. I got his phone number. It's lit. So I'm like, kind of like, I don't know what to do at this point, because I hadn't even had like a boyfriend yet. I was the goody two shoes of me and my cousin. I'm the goody goody. So I'm like freaking out, because she's like, look, I'm gonna call him, tell him and his cousin to come over, and we're gonna sneak him in. So I'm like, oh shoot. I'm gonna stop this right here. Any family members, please click off this video right now, because I don't need the comments. Anyway, so I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh. So they come over, and my room was in the basement. I was the only room in the basement, and the window is tiny. It's like square. It's big enough to where you can kind of get out, but it's just a real super small window. So they come in or whatever, sitting chopping it up, and like we get to kissing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if you've ever kissed somebody that you've admired for a while or looked at or whatever, but it's like a surreal moment. So we're kissing, whatever. They take off, go home. So at this point, we have not been caught. So then, me and my cousin were like, yeah, like that was a fun night, whatever. The following night, we're upstairs on the computer. We hear this knock here on the window, and it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, who? Like, what is going on? Who's knocking? We go to the window, and it's the boys, and we're like in shock because, for one, we didn't know they were coming. We didn't call them, nothing. Like, they just popped up. Two, my mom is home. My mom's home the day before, but my mom is home, and so we're like, oh snap. So we're like, stop knocking, stop, just go to the window, we'll meet you down there. So we let them in, and we kiss, whatever, the next day. So they stayed from like probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night till like probably 5, 6 in the morning, and then they took off. My mom saw them leave. We got caught. It was terrible. So, which brings me to like the worst kiss I've ever had in my life. So I met this guy, we had been talking, whatever, and it's like, you know, he's cute, he's feeling me, I'm feeling him. Comes time to kiss. Now, my lips are pretty big. His lips are bigger than mine. Probably, one of his lips is probably both my lips put together. So, I'm like, okay, it's no problem. You know what I'm saying? I does this. Like, I've only ever, like, kissed a black man. So, big lips, not a problem. I underestimated it because he had, like, I have kind of a rounder nose. He had more of a pointy nose. And he's so close up on my face that his nose is blocking both of my nostrils. So at this point, I can't breathe out of my nose. And then now he's kissing me, and he has somehow sucked my lips inside of his lips. So now I can't breathe out of my mouth or my nose. All the while this is happening, so much saliva is just getting all over my face, all in my mouth. I'm like drowning and suffocating at the same time. Well, I guess you kind of suffocate when you drown. Anyway, listen. There was the point where my lips were sucked in and my nose was clogged or plugged. I just looked at him and I was like, and I just pulled back, and he was like, what? I was like, I can't breathe. Like, you just sucked my lips into your mouth and I can't breathe. Like, I need you to switch it up or something. I don't know. But I didn't even really want to kiss him after that point because I don't like to kiss people who do it with too much saliva or just put too much tongue in it to where you're touching my tonsils, you're touching my little uvula thing. You're doing too much. So that happened. I about died, during this whole experience. And then, like, maybe 4 or 5 days later, I start to get this really bad sore throat. Like, real bad. Like, it felt like anytime I swallowed, it felt like I was swallowing glass. Like, it was terrible. Like, everything hurt. It was just the worst ever. So I go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, well, it doesn't quite look like strep. I don't know. We have to swab and send all that stuff off to the lab. So we'll give you a call, whatever. Come to find out, I had mono and I had mono for like a week, and I was like disgusted. Like, you put so much saliva in my mouth that it made me sick to the point where I couldn't even like eat, swallow anything, couldn't drink nothing. Like, you're just a disgusting human being. And then come to find out, he also had a girlfriend. So that was just like the icing on top of the cake. So yeah, that's been, kind of the beginning, the middle, and the worst of my kissing experiences. Of course, I've had some good in between, but yeah, those are, I guess, the major ones that have happened. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this story time. I want to do more story times. Let me know what kind of stories you guys like to hear down below. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, become one of my sugar babies. And yeah, let's get to 1K. I'm thinking about possibly doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers. So I'll think about that a little bit more, what that would entail, and I'll get back to you guys. But yeah, until next time, stay sweet, stay blessed, and stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.
I like being independent, not so much of an investment.